Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am back with another review. This review is from Marriage Bootcamp Hip Hop Edition Season 19 Episode 6. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel as I am getting closer to reaching my goal, so I want to thank you all for that. And let's just get right into this episode. So the drama continues between A1, Lyrica, and K. Michelle in this episode because A1 and Lyrica want access to their phones. They say they need to call their son, which they probably really do, but I feel like they also knew what they signed up for when they came on the show. So I feel like they were being dramatic about this whole phone situation, and production never told them that they couldn't get their phones. They just told them that they needed to do their confessional first. So I have no idea why they didn't just hurry up and get the confessionals done so that they can have access to their phone and then end the night on a good note. But they ended up complaining to production that they had saw K. Michelle have access to her phone, and Castan overhears this, and he makes the mistake of going upstairs and telling K. Michelle this information. And the reason why I say it was a mistake for Castan to go upstairs and tell K. Michelle this is because K. Michelle and Lyrica have issues with each other. So if anybody tells either one of them something about the other one, they're going to get into it and it's going to get ugly. And so K. Michelle starts spazzing out about this. She's wondering why they're snitching on her. She said that she doesn't complain about them when they have everybody waiting for them during the drills, because A1 and Lyrica are always late to the drills and everybody's always, having to sit around and wait for them. And she says that she never complains about that. Now, I honestly feel like this was over the top for everybody. I feel like they all were doing too much in this situation. I feel like A1 and Lyrica were being very dramatic. They could have just done the confessional and then got their phone. And I feel like K. Michelle blew it out of proportion as well. I don't think it had to go as far as it did. They almost fought, but because security was there to hold them back, they never got access to each other. But I just feel like it was dramatic on all parts. It didn't even need to go that far. The drama did not even stop there, because the next morning they go downstairs for breakfast and K. Michelle sees that Lyrica is making faces at her, and so she calls her out for making faces at her, and then the two of them are about to fight again, and it just gets messy all over again. And you can tell that some of the other couples are starting to get pissed off because they feel like the drama between K. Michelle, A1, and Lyrica is overshadowing the rest of them and what they came on the show to work on. And so Dr.Ish separates them, and he has a conversation with Lyrica, and Lyrica basically wants to fight K. Michelle. She told him that, she doesn't even really want to be in the house. She wants to go home because she doesn't want to see K. Michelle every day and not be able to fight her. And Dr. Ish let her know, look, if you do get into a physical altercation with K. Michelle or anyone else in the house, you will go home. Now, I don't feel like Lyrica really wants to be there anyway, because I don't even really feel like she wants to be with A1. So I just feel like if they don't want to be there, they should probably leave, because all this drama is completely unnecessary. Now, in this episode, K. Michelle and Lyrica both gave their reasonings for their beef, and K. Michelle told her side of the story, and basically she said that the reason why her and Lyrica have issues is because she invited Lyrica to open for her during a show, and Lyrica ended up showing up late, and she felt like that was really disrespectful. But then Lyrica says that she feels like K. Michelle is threatened by her musically, and that's the reason why she has an issue with her. I don't know what the real reason for their issue is. There's always three sides to every story, so I don't think we'll ever truly know what really went on between the two of them. But I just feel like it's not that big of a deal, whatever issue they do have with one another, and I feel like they could just let it go. Everyone ends up getting called outside to do the first half of the drill, and it's a really cozy setup. They have like these little beanbag chairs, and they have like these big dice that are shaped like pillows, and they have champagne and glasses and all that stuff like that. And A1 and Lyrica were not down there for the drill. They never ended up showing up for it. And K. Michelle decided to apologize to all the other couples because she didn't want to be a distraction to everybody else because of her issues with A1 and Lyrica. I feel like she handled it professionally by apologizing to everybody and still showing up to the drill. A1 and Lyrica not showing up for the drill is really making it feel like they shouldn't even be on the show at this point. So the couples have to roll the dice because this episode is about sex, and when they roll the dice, it ends up landing on what would I change. This is for Rich and Mariah because they end up going first. And he says that after they have sex, she goes and takes a shower instead of them, I guess, having that little bit of intimacy and close contact after you have sex, and he feels some type of way about it. But she said that the reason why she jumps up and just goes to take a shower is because she gets nervous whenever they start getting close, because intimacy is more than just having sex. And so she feels nervous when it comes down to that because she's so used to them not being like that, him not claiming her and all that stuff like that. So I feel like she has a fear of getting too close to him because she may end up getting hurt. And he says that he doesn't like that. Now, I don't really believe him too much because I don't really feel like he wants to be serious with anyone, and that includes Mariah. I feel like a lot of the time on this show, Rich just says what he feels like the judges want to hear from him because his real life doesn't really show that he means the things that he's saying on this show. And I could be wrong, but I mean, Rich calls himself a part of the Creep Squad, and for me, I just feel like he never really wants to settle down, and if he does, he hasn't found the right person yet. K. Michelle and Castan end up rolling the dice next, and they got give props. And he says that he gives props to K. Michelle, that she likes to explore things during sex. So basically, they like to try all types of different things, and they're really on the same page when it comes to it. And they don't feel judged by each other sexually, because a lot of the time, sometimes your partner might tell you something that they want to try, and they might feel some type of way about you wanting to try certain things, and they don't have that issue within their relationship. So I feel like that's a good thing. If they can be on the same page sexually, I think that they could work their way up to being able to communicate and have a relationship in other areas that don't just include sex, because you don't want sex to be the only thing going for your relationship. Now, Gangsta Boo and Emmett end up going, and they got new tricks. That's what they landed on when they rolled the dice. And Emmett says that he likes when she throws it back and he catches it. And I had to die laughing when he said that shit because I thought it was so funny, because Gangsta Boo looks so embarrassed that he said that. She seems like she's really shy to talk about sex in front of other people. They did say that they have a lot of fun during sex and that they've tried pretty much everything and that they enjoy foreplay and having sexy talk when they have sex. So I feel like the two of them are on the same page sexually. They just need to work on their communication in other areas and not just sexually. Because A1 and Lyrica never came downstairs to participate in the drill, Dr.Ish ends up going upstairs to have a conversation with the two of them, and basically he tells Lyrica that he doesn't want any more fighting, and she says that she feels like she's being restricted. And it's like, girl, you know you're coming on this show and you signed a contract and you shouldn't be having any physical altercations with anyone. I don't understand why you can't just be in the same house as K. Michelle and not get into a fight. I just don't understand. I feel like they should have still participated in the drill regardless of the argument that they had with K. Michelle, because I feel like it was petty anyway. And actually, Lyrica wasn't even necessarily the first person to point out to production that K. Michelle had her phone. It was A1, so I just feel like the two of them just wanted to get into it with each other. But anyways, they end up going downstairs because everyone's eating and chilling at the pool. And Rich does not mind his business when it comes to other people's relationships, especially when it comes to Lyrica and A1. He should have just left them alone when they came downstairs, but he told them, like, you guys have the most to lose. You guys need to focus on your relationship and getting better and stop worrying about all the other stuff. And Lyrica gets annoyed by that because she feels like he should just mind his business. And I'm getting annoyed by him too, because I don't really feel like he genuinely cares about that. I feel like he's just trying to paint himself out in a different light from what we're used to seeing on Love and Hip Hop when it comes to him. And it's just not really working for me, because I mean, he does seem logical in a lot of the things he's been saying this season, but I just don't feel like everything he's saying is genuine. And I also feel like he puts more emphasis on other people's relationships rather than the relationship that he has with Mariah. It's almost like he doesn't even really care to be with Mariah. All the couples get called downstairs to participate in the second half of the challenge, where it's set up like a bedroom and there's puppets that are supposed to look like all the castmates, and Emmett's looks just like him, including all the tattoos. I thought that was funny. Now, Castan almost got in trouble with K. Michelle during this challenge because he had to put the puppets in this sex position that K. Michelle says that she doesn't remember ever doing with him, but he says that he remembers it and she feels like it never happened with her. And I got scared for him for a second. I'm like, ooh, he is in trouble. Like, because it was like he's sitting over there saying a sex position that she doesn't remember ever even doing with him. So that had to be extremely uncomfortable. Now, for the most part, part, everybody had a lot of fun with this challenge, and the only issue that I heard most people say was the women had an issue with the guys not really trying to take the lead sexually, and that's what they wanted more of, is what I got from this. Now, Lyrica, for some reason, because when they spun the wheel, it landed on missionary. She needed to be explained to what missionary was, and I don't understand how she didn't know what it was, but okay, she had to have it explained to her. But everyone had a good time, and I actually enjoyed watching this half of the challenge, but of course that didn't last. What's so funny about the ending of this episode is that Judge Toller comes downstairs and she tells Lyrica, A1, and K. Michelle that she doesn't want any more fighting. And, you know, A1 actually did tell K. Michelle that he was the one who told production that she had her phone. It wasn't Lyrica, and I think that it was good that he stepped in and he told K. Michelle that to kind of limit the issues that they have with each other. But at the same time, that didn't really work, because when K. Michelle said to A1, hey, I want to talk to you for a second at the end of this episode, which I feel like it was a mistake for her to do that. She should not have tried to pull A1 aside at all. She knows that Lyrica does not trust him, and you know that in the beginning of the season, K. Michelle tried to pull A1 aside before to have a conversation with him, and Lyrica didn't like that. So I just felt like, you know, K. Michelle was stepping over some boundaries. But I also feel like Lyrica overreacted in the situation. She jumped up and was like, if you want to talk to A1, then you need to talk to me too. You're not going to go talk to him privately. And then the two of them get into it again, and they're about to fight again. And I'm like, Judge Toller just told them not to fight anymore, and they're about to fight again. So I just feel like K. Michelle, she shouldn't have done that. I definitely feel like she needs to take accountability for that. She should have just left them alone for the night and talked to both of them the next day. I just felt like her trying to talk to A1 by himself just kind of made it look bad, and obviously Lyrica's not comfortable with that, so it just got really messy. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Marriage Boot Camp. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I am really trying to grow, so I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.